muse, where I mingle with moguls of stage and screen, dwell with divas of music and dance, associate with artists of any acclaim, really, all in an earnest effort to elicit intimate conversation and juicy gems of heartfelt confession for your eager consumption. Think of famous interviews as your fast food of fame, your Chick-fil-A of chat shows, your Roy Rogers of repartee. And I, Lady Mary Pozah, shall be your chat show chef du jour. So have a seat and bring your appetite, for today I am serving up a sumptuous surprise. Surprise for you and me both, really, as I'm just as in the dark as you and have absolutely no idea who our guest shall be. I've had such spotty luck as of late with living legends, I thought this time I'd give it a go with a celebrity spirit, who shall be revealed by Ouija board and summoned in seance. No, I haven't lost my mind. Pas encore. By the way, did you know Ouija is an ancient Egyptian term for good luck? And I shall need all the Ouija I can find as I attempt before your very eyes to conjure the mystical appearance of our soon-to-be-revealed guest from the great beyond. Don't laugh, Egbert. No, I have not been drinking. I've contracted a sudden and acute case of sobriety. But don't worry. I have the cure. And here it is. Of course, up until now, I myself have never been a great believer in the afterlife, but my sweet son Cecil is a complete convert to the concept of the hereafter, and has convinced me to consider the possibility of communicating with the dearly departed, which would quite clearly rule out his father Frederick, who, though quite departed, is hardly dear to anyone, with the possible exception of the barkeep at his local pub in East Jaywick. But my son Cecil is at that delicate stage when he needs very much to believe there's more to life than meets the eye. And by the eye, of course, I mean his cell phone. He's dreadfully addicted. Poor thing got himself mowed down by a cyclist only yesterday afternoon, texting while walking to his favourite occult shop in the East Village. He was so absorbed he failed to notice the red flash of the Don't Walk on the East 9th Street. In a way, though, I can see why he so desperately wishes to believe in the afterlife, given what's currently often in this one. And walking about blind from texting as he does, he's perilously close to finding out. But thankfully he did survive the cyclist with just 1 or 2 small bruises, and thoughtfully acquired these lovely candles for today's session, along with a Ouija board and complete conjuring instructions for yours truly. Of course, Mummy's little boy didn't forget to include the receipt, which beside the candles includes a rather long inventory of scented massage oils, which coincidentally were not included with the delivery. I digress. Let us begin. Here's the Ouija board. Where's the plunger? Here it is. So, I'll just put my fingers thusly and pose my question. Mighty Ouija of the great beyond, what is the first initial of this week's celebrity spirit? Ouija, Ouija. I feel a movement, a tremor, maybe pausing. Here we go. K. It has rested over the letter K. So first name begins with the letter K. Now, great Ouija, what is the first initial of the last name? Oh, no, goodness, looks like another K. Oh, mighty Ouija, please, not 3 Ks. Oh, not a K at all, but an H. K-H. K-H, K-H, K. Who could K-H be? Kate Hudson? No, that's right, still living. Keith Haring. No, too bad. I remember his lovely chalk hamburger sketches in the subway before he became so famous. Would have been such a treat. Ouija, how about another letter from the last name? Ouija. E. He. He. Perhaps he means it's a man. I know. Keith Hernandez. No. That's right, he's not dead, only his former team. I'm afraid I shall need a third letter, Ouija. Another letter, s'il vous plaît. Ouija! There we go. P. H-E-P. K. Hep. I've got it. Katharine Hepburn. Yes! Ouija has spoken! Katharine Hepburn! How exciting to interview the only actor to win more Oscars than last week's guest, Meryl Streep. Poor Meryl, I do hope she's recovered from her unfortunate trip-up. But my, Katharine Hepburn, what a coup! I'm all goose pimples. So let us begin to attempt the summoning. A candle for you, shining and bright. Here is a light. Make sure I'm lit as well. And now to begin. My beloved Katharine, I bring you gifts from life into death. These lovely cakes to nourish you, a nice hot tea to warm you, something stronger if you prefer. Commune with us, Katharine Hepburn. Commune with us. Move amongst us. Move amongst us. For heaven's sake, this is a live show. Move on. She's like an angel coming to earth as I float into view. Are you a fan of the Byzantine wisdom? Lady Mary Pozah, hostess of famous interviews. Well, it seems the Emperor of Byzantium, when he received people in audience, had a throne which, during the course of the conversation, would rise mysteriously in the air to the consternation of the visitors. But as we are living in a democracy, I've reversed the procedure. I don't rise, I come down. Bravo, bravo! Perfect, just the way I remember. Of course, I pilfered these lines from the great author Tennessee Williams, but I think you'll find he's in no position to object. Indeed he's not. And welcome to my intimate little chat show as my special guest. Oh, I'm afraid there's been some mistake. I don't do chat shows anymore. But, dearest Miss Hepburn, you have done in the past while you were among the living. Won't you consider un more with poor moi now that you're deceased, departed, expired? Go on, say it, cough it out, dead. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but yes. By the way, do you smell something? My cologne, eau de calla lily. No, more like eau de sulphur. Perhaps your candles. Looks like you've gone to an awful lot of effort, and I'm worth it, mind. And for whatever reason and damnation I'm here, you must be the explanation. So, all right, get on with it. The sooner it's started, the sooner it's finished. Oh, thank you. Très much. And might I say, I just adore your accent. So precious. Wherever did you get it? You didn't do your homework. I'm from New England. It's a New England accent. You've got a curious accent yourself. Well, thank you, I think. I hail from Old England. Yes, I can see that. Lovely little cakes. Are you expecting others? No others. They're for you. All for you. They're meant to feed your soul. My sweet son Cecil said so.
Your son is ill-informed. Spirits can't eat. We don't possess the corporeal means with which to ingest or digest.
But he insisted you'd be looking for nourishment.
Well, now that's cleared up. I'll be on my way.
Oh, no, please, wait. Do stay for just one or two more questions. I've so longed to have this petty chat, just you and I, woman to woman, and I don't want to disappoint my dear viewers.
All right. Go on. Let's get it over with.
Well, thank you. And first, let me say I'm a big fan. I've always adored your acting, and I'm not alone in that. Exhibit A, 4 Oscars.
Dorothy Parker said I run the gamut of human emotion from A to B. I think I was a funny actress. I've always felt I was a sort of amateur actress. I don't know why.
Oh, my dear, anything but. Such class, such spunk, and so...
Beautiful? No. I wasn't considered anything much. I played all the spinsters and the uglies.
I won't hear it. I've always thought you one of the most glamorous Hollywood actresses. I fancy myself styled after your image.
Really?
Can't you tell? Tell me, did you always want to be an actress?
Well, I was first studying to be a doctor, and then I would have liked to have been a surgeon. I just wasn't bright enough, I don't think. And I drifted into acting. I loved giving little plays with the little theater I had with my younger brothers and sisters, but I really can't remember. I really don't think. I think I drifted into it.
Well, little drifts make mighty dunes. Now, sweet Katharine, you've always been known for being a very strong, very liberated woman, much more so than I, who so easily succumb to the slightest pressure of the opposite sex. The very slightest. But not you. You were way ahead of your time, I dare say. As a child, you must have been encouraged to speak your mind whenever you wanted.
No, not particularly. We were invited to shut up and listen, and I think that was a good idea. If more people did, it'd be a better world.
You're referring to Totus, no doubt.
Beg pardon?
Totus, Tweeter of the United States. My little nickname for Monsieur Drumpf.
Holding forth, if you're dull, is not a good notion.
I couldn't put it better if I tried, and believe me, I have. Often. Speaking of holding forth, now that you're, well, departed from the main stage, as it were, perhaps you'd be willing to share a nugget or two about your relationship with the great American actor Spencer Tracy.
When we first met, I said, "You're not as tall as I thought," and he said, "Don't worry, I'll cut you down to my size." He was taller than me.
Fascinating. Anything else you could share? Perhaps something more personal?
I can see you're gonna tread too far just in 1 minute, so you'd better watch your step, Lady Nosy Posy, or I'll leave.
Oh, no, please don't leave yet. Stay on more. Seems you just dropped in, and there's so much I want to ask.
Well, all right. Couldn't kill me. Go on.
Thank you. Très much. So, Katharine, if you don't mind my being too familiar and using your first name, as I feel we've instantly become such good friends, don't you? Tell me, were you, much as myself, very popular with the boys?
I don't know. Boys like me. They could take me or leave me. I don't think I was particularly popular with the boys.
I can hardly believe that. You're being too modest, I'm sure. Although, there have been rumors. Is it true that as a young girl you completely shaved your head?
Yes, it's true. Because I was desperate to be a boy.
Were you? Were you really? I've always been desperate to be just what I am.
And just what might that be?
Do you think you should have been a man?
Well, I wasn't, so it doesn't occur to me. Although there's a lot of that these days. Gender bending, changing sex, surgery, the army.
You certainly keep au courant.
I'm dead, not ignorant. My bones lie in Cedar Hill Cemetery, but I am quite elsewhere.
I always wondered, why didn't you buy a cottage in California, a mansion in Malibu, a villa in Ventura, where all the Hollywood elite seemed to congregate?
I never bought a house in Hollywood because I didn't want my bones to lie in that dry ground.
Dear Catherine, how clever! Always thinking ahead. That must be why you were so successful in the pictures. What a wonderful profession.
I think it's sort of an idiot's profession. Daddy thought if you go into the theater for a woman, it was a profession for her that would last for about 5 years. Mine lasted more than 60 years, so I did okay. Daddy was wrong.
Well, you certainly did miss the mark on that one. You enjoyed a lifetime of fame. Why is it, do you think, you became so famous? What is it about you?
Who knows? Who knows why people look at someone? I don't know what it is that is the quality that makes one into a freak that is fascinating. The Lula Bankhead said she thought my voice sounded like a lot of nickels dropping into a slot. But when she'd heard it long enough, everyone else's voice put her to sleep.
Tallulah's one to talk with that tobacco-stained baritone of hers. And she never won an Oscar. Speaking of Oscars, I absolutely adored you, and guess who's coming to dinner, which brought you your second?
I've never seen it.
Pardon?
I couldn't watch Spencer give that last speech about two people so deeply in love. He went just like that. 2 weeks after we finished shooting. Lucky.
Lucky? How is that lucky?
He didn't suffer. We all live and we all die, and this terror of the next world, I think, is a mistake. And I think lying there with something up your nose and every other thing, just unable to speak, is the wickedest thing that has been done to the human race. And I think people should be allowed to depart when they wish to depart. And so, Lady Pozah, lovely as this interlude seems, I shall now take my leave.
Wait, one more question, s'il vous plaît. So many rumors. I was wondering, is it true? Is it true you were a lesbian?
I always thought death would be a great relief. No more interviews. I see now I was wrong.
But you haven't answered.
I always wanted to see 2 places after I died. Hong Kong and Chicago. Goodbye, Lady Doodle-Dozy.
But what about my question? Wait! Well, she's vanished, evaporated, just as we were getting to really like one another. Quel fromage! Well, we learned a little bit about our dear Katharine Hepburn, didn't we? She's a petite more grouchy than I'd have guessed, don't you think? Moody, too. And a little uppity with that New England accent of hers. Haughty, I dare say, just between you and I, of course. But it isn't nice to speak ill of the departed, so I shan't say another word. Except this. As Catherine herself said, if you always do what interests you, at least one person is pleased. So I hope you're as pleased as I and have found today's special celebrity spirit très intéressant, and if so, please join me next time when who knows who I might be conjuring for another unpredictable episode of Famous Interviews. The only predictable thing is that you shall be thoroughly entertained. Oh, and one more thing. Remember, when crossing the street, for heaven's sake, put down your cell phone. I am Lady Mary Pozah, and this has been Famous Interviews.